You're right guys, it's Capcom Tom here and welcome to episode number 14 of the Journey to Juventus. Yes, this is the second of our 2 episodes that I'm uploading today. We made a signing in the first episode, so if you missed that, go back and watch it. That was episode number 13, it went up at 4 PM. Now you can see that we are currently in Division 6 and we have 1 point from our first game. Hoping to improve on that, we're going to be playing a whole load of games because as you can see we've only got 2,000 coins roughly, and really we need to get some more so that we can start trying to sign a few more players and finish off this series. Now if you're looking to buy some Ultimate Team coins, go check out battle.com. Their link will be down in the description. A fast, cheap and reliable coin service, and if you use the discount code TCAPGUN you'll get 5% off all of your purchases. So here we go, coming up against a guy using a Borussia Dortmund team. His team name is Borussia Team, the old cliche name, and you can see that he's using an interesting hybrid between the BPL and La Liga. So can we do any damage to him? He has got a very strong defence. He's got Alba, he's got the likes of Ramos, he's got Vertonghen, and the only one I wouldn't say is particularly strong in that lineup is Zabaleta, so we got to work hard to break him down. You can see there, I actually started this goal a lot further back than I usually would have because Asamoah's run was just unbelievable, showing such strength, such pace to go past all of those players and then eventually crosses it into Quagliarella, who pops it into the back of the net with his head. Quagliarella managed to extend his goal tally to 2 when he got through on goal. A nice little shot feint to get through on goal, and the guy had decided that was enough. He just couldn't handle my skills and ended up quitting out. We get a nice 400 coins. We get an extra 3 points to add onto our division placement, I guess you would call it, so far, and that's not looking too bad. 1, 1 and 0 so far, so yeah. Anyway, we went away and bought some contracts for the troops. You can see that I'm buying them up for 150 bid each. Don't want to pay 200, that's paying over the odds. There's no need for that. You know, I could buy a whole load of these at 150 each and sell them on for 200, and that's a trading tip for anyone who is actually struggling to make coins, that you can buy these up for 150 each and then usually sell them on for 200 by now, maybe 250 by now in, you know, good hours where there's a lot of people trying to buy contracts and stuff and play games. Now we're going to go into our next game and we come up against Headingley FC. He's using a 4-1-2-1-2 sweaty ass BPL team with Remy and Sturridge up front. I hate coming up against those two. The only ones that are worse is Benteke and Sturridge. I think that's a much more dangerous combination, but that is still a very nasty one to come up against. He's got Cthulhu, he's got Young, he's got Navas, he's got Nasri playing DM, which I did question, but he really didn't make, you know, too many mistakes, so it wasn't too bad. We did eventually get into the lead in the 71st minute through Quagliarella. Really nice little bit of play from him to get through, but unfortunately we threw away the victory. You can see here that the ball just ends up going everywhere, and eventually Ashley Young of all people managed to put it into the back of the net in the 90th minute, and we walk away with a 1-1 draw. And I was like, well, that was 3 points that just went a-begging. We really should have picked those up, but you got to live and learn. We got to try and make up for our mistakes and make sure it doesn't happen in future games, although I have a sneaky suspicion that it might become a recurring theme throughout this episode, but you have to wait and see exactly what happens. So not wasting any time, we got to get those coins made so we can pick up those players. We're going straight into another game, coming up against a 4-3-3 Serie A team, and I hate playing against the Barbo, another very strong player. The rest of his team, you know, is kind of alright, but not the very best. The highlights of his team have to be Pogba and maybe Pepe, the two Juventus players. We've got to stay strong with them. We've got to believe in our own players, don't we? They are the best on his team after all. But you can see there we managed to take the lead through Pepe. Good work in the 18th minute after the ball came out off the post. Llorente with what is absolutely fantastic first touch, and that's one of the things I like most about Llorente, is that he has a really, really good first touch, and he does score a lot of goals. Anyway, we managed to concede. Pogba going through in the 63rd minute, and then again in the 77th minute. You can see there Pogba with an absolute, you have to say, that is a very, very nice goal. Really good way to equalise, but we kept on the pressure, and you see there in the 85th minute, Vucinic just went through. No challenge anywhere to be seen, and he did end up scoring. So we were back on in front, and then a kind of unrealistic goal because we crossed it into Giovinco. I think he was kind of unmarked, so he did have the space to head it in, but he is like the smallest player on the game, so it's kind of crazy to see him heading anything in. Anyway, you can see there we end up winning 4-2, perfect, another 3 points won, and we could have quite easily let that slip after we conceded the second goal in that 77th minute, but we did manage to push through and take down a 4-2 result, so that's good. Here's some stats for you guys if you like to see how all our players are doing. Llorente's still bossing it at the top with the most assists and the most goals, scoring 34 and 32, 16 assists as well, so he is an absolute monster. The only thing that I've realised looking at that is that a lot of our players coming from our strikers and centre attacking mid. We're not getting all that much from the wings. You know, the wings aren't providing nearly as many goals as I would have thought they would. And it might be a bit of a concern because it makes us kind of one-dimensional because we're always going down the middle, trying to over-the-top ball, slip people through, and that becomes predictable. If we don't have good wingers who can, do the overlap, come in, score goals, it's going to become a problem. However, our wingers have done well for us. It's horrible to say that they haven't been doing well. But you can see here, the only goal in this game came from, the biggest pile of aids ever. I accidentally passed it from that corner, ended up going straight to him, made a mistake, picked it back off him, crossed it in, and Vucinic headed it in. That was it, 1-0. Unlucky, mate. That was kind of a bit of an aids goal, and it was the only thing that broke the deadlock, so I can't complain, can I? You got to get all the points you can. We take down 3 there. That means we're going to be safe in this division at the very least for another season. Obviously, we're going to try and push on for those promotion spots and that title spot now in the coming games. So here you can see we're coming up against another team, just games after games after games after games in this episode. As I said, if you want to see some signings, maybe go back and watch the episode that I put up earlier today. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put Journey to Juventus, all of the episodes, in a single playlist. So if you want to go back and watch the entire series from the start, then feel free to go and do that. That link will be down in the description. And if it's not, tweet me or chuck it down in the comment section. You know how forgetful I am, and I always forget to put stuff in the old description. Anyway, you can see here we're in our final game of the episode, and we managed to go through. Very nice team goal there, just passing it backwards and forwards until eventually we get through and we managed to put it in. Then we managed to get a penalty as well, taken down in the box. Giovinco was through on goal, probably kind of tight angle. I don't think he was going to score from there. He took it a little bit wide, but we were bundled down, so it is a penalty. Got to get Vidal to step up and take this one. I think he's got like something ridiculous, like 90 something penalties, 94 or something. Absolutely crazy. And of course he does manage to convert that one in the 64th minute to make it 2-0. He manages to do something of a comeback here. You can see that he crosses it into the box and he climbs well and does put that one into the back of the net. Actually ridiculous goal, because if you look at it again, it was Robinho versus Llorente in the box. Robinho tiny, Llorente huge. I don't know, a bit weird, but he managed to equalise as well. I was like, oh my god, that was 90th minute. But fortunately for me, here's Asamoah in the final seconds of the game to give us the third goal, and that is the winning goal. We do take down a 3-2 victory. Very lucky, I have to say, after conceding in the 90th minute. It could have gone easily to a draw, which would have been really frustrating. That would have been another 3 points chucked out the window. But you can see we're in a really good position now. Only 2 points to get the title. And I think it's, 5 points to actually win the division. And we've got 4 games to do it in. So that's only 2 wins out of our remaining 4 games. And the sort of form we're on at the moment, we are definitely looking like we can do that. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed the episode. Obviously, drop it 1,000 likes. That will be amazing. I'll put up another episode for you tomorrow. But other than that, I'm going to have to stop talking. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all next time.